Are you absolutely exhausted from trying to find a house here in 2021? I got news for you. 2022 could potentially be even more competitive than 2021. That's right, folks. It is going to be I think, a crazy year in 2022. And there's a couple of things that are contributing to that. And I have an article pulled up in which we're going to discuss just that. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Brian. I'm a realtor with Lamacchia Realty in the Boston market. And on this channel, we cover all things real estate. So if you do like content like this, make sure that you smash that like button and also hit the subscribe button to be notified of additional videos. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, this is an article that came out yesterday from the Washington Post, and it talks about the shortage of homes for sale continues to plague the housing market. Even as the U.S. housing market appears to be returning to a more normal pre-pandemic pace and fewer bidding wars, it continues to be tight. The main reason, a severe lack of homes to buy. Earlier this year, Realtor.com estimated the gap between the number of homes needed and the number of homes available at 5.24 million. That estimate in June represented an increase of 1.4 million above the estimated 3.84 million gap in 2019, primarily because residential construction hasn't kept up with household formations. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of that in the news where they're just not building enough homes. And part of the reason for that is obviously the material costs to construct these homes is very, very high. Lumber prices have come down in the past 6 months, but everything else is still fairly expensive. From January 2012 to June 2021, 12.3 million new American households were formed, but only 7 million new single-family houses were built, according to Realtor.com. The housing shortage is particularly acute in the more affordable range. Newly built houses with a median sales price of $300,000 represented just 32% of builder sales in the first half of 2021, compared with 43% during the first half of 2018, according to Realtor.com. To close the gap between the demand and supply, builders would need to double their pace of construction for 5 or 6 years, Realtor.com economists estimate. So yeah, it's going to take 5 or 6 years to actually get caught up, but the reality is that's probably not going to happen because the homes that builders are building now are not starter homes. They are not necessarily McMansions, but they're expensive homes in an area. So they are not homes that are going to be available to first-time homebuyers. Now, on the flip side, because they are more expensive homes, maybe someone who's in a less expensive home may choose to upgrade, especially since they've seen such incredible appreciation over the past couple of years. But there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. They could actually just keep that property and use it as an income property. That shortage contributes to the continued fast pace of sale. A recent report by the Redfin Real Estate Brokerage found that during the 4 weeks that ended October 17th, 1/3 of homes in over 400 metro areas went under contract within 1 week of being listed. That's a bit more than the 30% of homes that sold that fast during the same period last year, and far more than the 20% that sold that fast in the same period in 2019, before the pandemic influenced seasonal buying patterns. More homes came in the market this summer, but demand for homes is still high and listings are still low compared with previous years, according to Redfin. Active listings, which are all homes on the market during a specific period, fell 22% in the 4 weeks that ended October 17th, compared with the same period in 2020. Sales were down 40% compared with 2019. So sales were down 40% because there's just no inventory. And I see that in my market. Again, I'm in Boston, and I've seen a pretty sharp decline in the number of homes that are available. The percentage of homes that sold, 30% within the first, 7 days within 1 week? That's insane. April, May, June 2021, insane. There was on every single house that came on the market, regardless of the condition, there was 15, 20, 25 offers. It was nuts. In September, bidding wars were highest in Raleigh, North Carolina, where 73.9% of buyers faced competition, followed by Boston, 71.7%, and Indianapolis. So clearly, maybe my view on this is a little biased because I am in Boston, and that happens to be one of the markets that has the highest percentage of multiple offers. In the DC metro area, which ranked 24th out of 45 metro areas analyzed by residents, 56.3% of buyers face competition compared with 55% in the previous month and 66.7% in September of 2020. Whew, that's a lot to cover. So this article talks specifically about the supply of homes and the fact that there's just not enough homes out there, especially for first-time home buyers. But there are many other factors that are going to contribute to the elevated prices, I believe, in 2022. The first one is obviously the supply. So there's just not going to be nearly as many homes available for. The second thing that's going to be a factor in 2022 are interest rates. So right now they're hovering right around 3%. Even if they go up a full percentage point and they're at 4%, that's still a very low interest rate. It's going to impact the prices of homes by about 10, maybe 15%, depending on the market that you're in. But again, there's going to be so many buyers out there that they're going to be increasing the values of the homes anyways, are going to probably keep pace with that. And they're going to net be the same or more than likely more expensive because there's going to be that many more buyers in the marketplace. Now, the third reason why it's going to continue to be a strong market in 2022 has to do with rents and renters in general. So rents continue to skyrocket throughout the country. I think they're up 15, 20% this year in 2021. So it's almost, keeping pace with home value growth over that same period of time. But I think more importantly, there's a couple things going on with renters. Back in the summer, you had a lot of people that after that fall market, like April, May, June, July to a certain extent, they basically a lot of renters just threw in the towel. They're like, I'm getting out. I'm not even going to consider purchasing a home right now because I think things are going to simmer down, or I'm going to have to wait until things simmer down. So they extended their lease, right? So they signed on for another year. So all those folks that signed on in July, August, and September for an additional year lease, they're going to be starting looking for a home when? In the spring of 2022. So you're going to end up with the exact same situation in the spring of 2022 that you saw in the spring of 2021. And in fact, I think it might even be amplified. And the reason why is because now you could potentially have many more qualified buyers in the marketplace. Back in September, Fannie Mae changed not their underwriting standards, but their way in which they calculate someone's credit score. And what they are now doing is including, if you are a renter and you're paying your rent on time, in full, consistently every month, you now can report 12 consecutive monthly rent payments to the credit reporting agencies and get credit for that, right? So if you're on the cusp of being qualified for a mortgage, if you've got a 600 credit score, 610, 620, 630, somewhere around there, this could make the difference where now all of a sudden you've got, instead of a 620, you've got a 650 or a 660 credit score. If you've got a 660 credit score and you've got enough money for the down payment, or you can borrow that money for the down payment, or you take advantage of some of the programs. I just did a video the other day talking about a program here in Boston where there's down payment assistance where you can get basically an interest-free loan on a condo or single-family home of $30,000. That's what you need, right, in order to purchase a home. So if you don't have that down payment, there's a lot of down payment assistance programs, not just in Boston, but across the country. So people will be taking advantage of that. And as a result, you're going to have many more qualified buyers in the marketplace. And when there's more buyers in the marketplace, that drives prices up because there's a limited supply. So this is simple economics 101. I'm sure most people that are paying attention to this understand that, and I don't need to explain it further. But it's going to be a real challenge for home buyers, I think, come the spring of 2022. There are many other factors that I'm not even bringing into this discussion, but what do you think? Are you seeing similar things on the horizon for the spring of 2022 and beyond? Because from where I sit, we just don't have the available inventory that we really need in order to have a balanced market. So until that happens, I think you're going to continue to see strong prices through pretty much every sector of the real estate industry, and specifically here in Boston. I just don't see prices coming down anytime soon. But who knows? Again, I've said this before, you can't predict the future, but if you are in the market for a home and your horizon or your timeline is you're going to be somewhere for 5 years or more, it almost always makes more sense to purchase as opposed to rent, because you're going to be building equity in that home. And a lot of people, and I guess I'm talking, every market is different. So it's a market like Boston is not very speculative. I think the worst stretch that we've had here in Boston was from, I want to say it was like December of 2006 to December of 2009, where if you bought something in December 2006 and then you tried to sell it in 2009, it would have been worth 15% less. 15%. That's a good chunk of money, but it's nothing compared to what some of the other markets were, like a Las Vegas, which was down over 40%. I think Phoenix was way down. A lot of these boom bust cities that you're going to see just huge swings in prices that we just don't see here in the Boston market. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear your comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure that you smash that like button and also click the subscribe button to be notified of additional videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.